Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Come with me for a walk. This is Pernell Bobby, your astrotherapist, using astrology, leveraging astrology in order for you to alleviate suffering, okay? So I'm going to have astrology included today with the 888 angel message, all right? 888 in numerology is one of the most powerful numbers. To be honest, 8 is associated with Scorpio, okay? A number of sheer repressed power, being Pluto its main planet, that you can use the energy and the resources of others in order to maximize your own personal power, okay? 8 being linked to Scorpio often means that there's some sort of sacrifice that is required in order for the abundance to come through number 8. So you hear people oftentimes talking about 888, angel number 888, and they're like, money, 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 money. Give me the money. And we like to link abundance only to money, but it's just not that simple. And honestly, Scorpio is a sign of purity where money is not its priority. As the 8th zodiac sign, Scorpio, money is not the priority for Scorpio. In fact, oftentimes Scorpios have a second house in Sagittarius where their money sits, and they're often very much humanitarians, and they don't care about money on a sense unless it has something to do with seeing. I see Sagittarius second house being money, where Taurus naturally lies. Okay, when you get this 888 message, you have to understand some of the shadow side of it in order to understand, what the abundance really looks like. Understand abundance is resources. Okay, we're talking abundant resources. When you see 888, 888 pop up in numerology, whether it's on an alarm clock, it's on a billboard poster, it's on a license plate when you're driving by, no matter where you see it, understand that 8 could also just be the infinity sign. Okay, it doesn't have to actually be a number. Anything that actually makes you think, oh man, is that an 8? And the more occurrences you see, the bigger the abundance. The more 8s you see, the bigger the abundance. You'll oftentimes notice that these numbers will build, okay? You'll oftentimes notice that it might start with just 1 8, then it'll go to 2, then it'll go to 3, then it'll be like, oh my God, is that 4 8s? And generally that means you're getting closer and closer to your abundance, but it also means that the transformation that is required is going to cost you more and more and more and more and more. So understand, 8, linked to Scorpio, is a number of transformation, okay? This is a death rebirth process. In order for you to be the phoenix, aka being reborn, for you to collect your abundance of resources, not only money, but including also your home, also intimacy, also an abundance of sex, okay? Also an abundance of power, okay? Understanding what power means for you. Hey, listen, before I go any further, obviously you got to like and subscribe to this video. I'm coming out here today with some high power fucking energy. All right, I'm gonna give you personal stories. I'm gonna break this down for you. It's Pernell Bobby, your astrotherapist, helping you use astrology to break down things like numerology, break down numbers, these angel messages that you get, to be able to recognize them, to also know what they're gonna cost you in order for you to receive the abundance. 8 is a number of abundance, okay? Infinite abundance. In order for you to understand infinite abundance, what do you need to know, okay? You need to know that you already have it. All right. So you see 888, you see 8, you see 88. The angel numbers are talking. You need to understand you already have it. The opposite of the 8 is the 2 in astrology, which would be Taurus. Taurus is I have. Taurus is an individual zodiac sign. It doesn't need absolutely anybody. Okay. It is an individual, literally. Scorpio is not the same. Scorpio needs other people. It is the last sign in the interpersonal signs, the interpersonal zodiacs, which requires it to actually use the resources of others people and be able to help them transform it in their sacrifice, okay? And the ability to forgive the things that they're able to see that others cannot perceive. Understand, Scorpio is a beyond perceptive sign. It's a water sign. It doesn't need to see things in a physical, tangible world like a Taurus would like to have for a tangible resource. It sees the underworld, okay? Literally, Hades, okay? It sees the dark, the light, and everything in between. It sees all the layers, okay? Think of it more as a cosmic consciousness. So what am I saying? When you see 888, understand that the most power that Scorpio will ever have access to, or the 8 in general, a number power, life path 8 counts in this as well, right? If you look at a life path 8, what's their thing? They're always going to have money. They're fucking phenomenal at money management, right? Hit that like, hit that subscribe for me. Fuck with your boy. They always going to be, life path 8 is always a magical number when it comes to managing resources. However, they often have to learn very important lessons of do not use your power to gain certain resources, especially through partnership, at any and all costs, because karma will knock your ass out. Right? The 4th house, the 8th house, and the 12th house are all houses of unseen karmic restoration that you have access to, ancestors and above, okay, cosmic consciousness, all right, but it's also a number of the unseen. Okay, anything considering the unseen, 12th house being hidden enemies, but we're talking primarily about the 8 today, so we're going to try to stay there. So transformation is the key. Understand that, like back with the life path 8 for a second, if they are gaining power, gaining resources, gaining money, gaining their abundance by sneaking their way into, let's say, success or abundance, karma will pay you a visit and you will lose. Okay, understand that when you see the 888, you often have to let something go. So I'm gonna give now personal experiences with myself. All right, so this obviously came to me recently for myself. 8's been pulling up for weeks, honestly for months, and I thought I had a big financial month in December. Okay, 2021, my biggest fucking financial month ever. I was like, wow. It was like all my karmic debt was being paid up. Now, why wasn't it paid sooner? Okay, you got retrogrades and stuff like that. However, I also wasn't letting go and releasing certain karmic contracts, okay, soul contracts that I needed to release in order for me to gain my abundance, for the 888 to play its role. I was blocking my blessings. All right. And even while blocking my blessings were still pulling up on me in a major way. Okay. Now I had more cash flow, let's just say, because cash is one of the resources that the AAA is talking to. I had more cash flow pulling up in January, but a lot of that stuff was delayed. I was like, all right. And it's almost like, boom, we just in the beginning of February. And I'm sitting here getting X amount of figures in my account. And I'm sitting here like, okay, bet. What had to come for me? What was the sacrifice? I'm gonna let you know in a second. And then after I got this bet deposit, I'm like, bet. Then this morning I wake up and I get more. Bet. Let's run it. Let's do the do. Again, it cost me something. So on one end, on the first one, what did it cost me? It cost me my old habits. So it's like, okay, look, money was due. Late fees had to be reinforced. It's like, look, I had to pull contracts, pull agreements to say, listen, this is contractual. Understand that. I had to learn my lessons in business as an entrepreneur prior of fucking running around here like a Pisces. Okay, literally right now my Pisces in ascendant is progressed in Pisces. Running around like a Pisces and just thinking that everybody in the world is all lovey-dovey, just like me, let's just say, okay? Or like my Scorpio ascendant, which is my natal chart, my natural, ignoring what I see and treating everybody like they're pure light today, that they're gonna honor their verbal words. And it's like, I can't tell you how much money I have out there in this entrepreneurial space by not maintaining contracts. Okay, so contracts start at the 7. 8 is when you begin the soul tie. So it's like I had to transform this, and I had to sit there, maintain my power by understanding that I already have it. Okay, by not falling into a place of disempowerment. When you see the number 8888, falling into a place of disempowerment can become very dangerous, because you're either with the 8 empowered or disempowered. This links right back to Scorpionic behaviors. Okay, you're empowered or you're disempowered. Don't be disempowered, because you won't have it. This is the thing. When it comes to abundance, if you believe that you don't already have it, that you are chasing it, it will run from you and it will outrun you. All right. But when these number 8888's pulling up, I ain't even flinch. I ain't flinch. I knew what was up. I was like, yep. And I was watching people online stressing over retrograde this, retrograde that, yada, yada, Venus retrograde this, Mercury retrograde that. And it's like, and I just found myself looking back at myself from an observation standpoint. I was like, there's no need to stress for what's already mine. There's no need to stress for what's already mine. Not only that, but I went shopping. I went shopping for myself. I mean, even this jacket is new. I'm like, okay. Not only that, but I went to go buy more crystals. You have to act, behave, and move like it's already yours. So after I went, I sat there and paid down some of my credit debt. I'm like, look, boom, pay this credit card off from these flights that I brought. Great. Spent at least a couple G's recently. And it's just like, excuse me. But again, I had to understand that I already have it. Even if it's not there. This is how this number works. This is the unseen powers that be working in your favor. But if you deny them the truth, your truth, then you're going to suffer. Okay, because A is also the house of the underworld. It's also a place where great suffering goes on. It's also the place of your hidden desires. So hidden desires, again, anything you've already desired, understand, when we're talking unseen, anything you've already desired, you've already have been, or you already have had it in a past lifetime. Like I said, 4, 8, and 12 past lifetime. So you see ancient number 888, it's trying to remind you there are certain contracts. 7th house being where contracts start, 8th house being where the contracts. Now you merge. Okay, you now merge. So understand that if you're merged with something, you are a part of it. If you pretend to be dissociated with it or not a part of the abundance that you are seeking, that you are desiring, rather than saying, I have it, Taurus, and you still desire it, Scorpio, it will not be as abundant as it should have, could have, and would have been. All right. So when you see number 888, this is what I need you to understand. 888, 88 in numerology, it is a number that comes at a sacrifice. Oftentimes, it requires you to connect with your heart. On another front, for me to get, again, to keep it personal, to keep it real, okay? To not be one of these leaders that are out here and not acting like I'm above you, because I'm not. But more so to keep it real, it's like I had to, with this retrograde, I got pulled up and I was like, look, I had to close some contracts. I had to close long-standing 2-year plus contracts with people. And I had to keep it a buck. I had to be honest, I had to be real, and I had to realize that, you know what? When you're closing a contract, you oftentimes, if you ever slam the door on a person, on a contract that you have in a past life, that contract's not done. That contract's going to be put on the wait list, which I've been doing for years. I put that contract on the wait list. I finally was able to close the door softly, with love, with compassion, okay? With a thank you, with gratitude, with forgiveness, honestly, that I had to cultivate over the years in my heart. And as soon as I did that, next thing you know, bank account started going ching, 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 ching. And I'm like, I get money dance. Go ahead and do the I get money dance. You got to act like you already have it because it's already yours. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is very important. You have to move, act, behave like it's already yours. I was dancing before dancing was even a thing. And I'm being really serious about that. I'm dancing for weeks on weeks on weeks without the visible, tangible abundance. But I already knew that it's already mine. You have to, I want you to say this with me. It's already mine. I have what I desire. I have what I desire. I have what I desire. Say this with me. I have what I desire. I have what I desire. I have the resources that I desire. You sit there, you say that, you believe that, I promise you, the abundance will be so much larger. But make sure you detach from the abundance being only financial. Make sure you understand that the abundance is the abundance of flights. Like I've been taking flights. Like I've been getting blessed with clothing. I've been getting blessed by fucking YouTube numbers just raising up. Okay. Ooh, it's cold out this motherfucker. Okay. Understand that the blessings, some of those things aren't necessarily tangible. Okay. YouTube metrics and watch hours, stuff like that. That's not necessary. I mean, technically, I guess it is tangible because I can see it in my metrics, but it's like all that has been the abundance, which again is on the back end of passive income that I'm not seeing yet. Okay. Not currently getting paid by YouTube specifically, but to also understand the abundance of clientele and workshop attendees, whether donation based or free, have been coming and pulling up. Okay, understanding that all my one-on-ones in this moment, YouTube, everything, quite frankly. So it's like, it's not always tangible. You know what I'm saying? Like 2020, I'm gonna let you know now, for this life, not the life have 8, but for the 888 number, to really wrap this message up, 2020, March 2020, contracts were signed, okay? And agreements needed to be upheld. Right about now, with this new moon that just passed in Aquarius, these contracts are up. Now, how you handle that contract or how you mishandle that contract will directly impact your abundance. If you're seeing this 888, I know you're here because you've been recognizing this number. Okay, whether you watch and understand that spirituality is timeless. So it don't even matter the dates that I said, it's timeless. You watch this video when you watch this video. Listen, this is Pernell Bobby. I got so much more I could say, but I gotta save my energy. I'm going live tonight. Check out my lives. I go live pretty frequently on YouTube. Obviously, I check my calendar for consultations. Okay, if it's open, it's open. If it's not, it's not. I change that how it needs to be changed. You know, I prioritize. All right. Like I said, when you see number 8, it's talking about money management. It's talking about business management. Okay, number 8 is the number of business management, which will count something like regulating my schedules, especially with like me being a Saturn in Aquarius. It's like this schedule has to be progressive. I can't keep my shit stagnant. If I do, and I think that it's gonna just, then I'm not being an Aquarius. I'm not being futuristic, am I? All right. When you see 888, it could be talking to you about getting ready to invest. All right. So like this is on my map. I'm like, look, I'm not gonna just put this change anywhere. I got to make it progressive. In order to do something like that, I'm looking at Bitcoin. I'm looking at Forex exchange and trading, and you know what I'm saying, like investments, so that the money grows, so that the money of other people, that I'm using it for it to grow for myself. This is how the 8 works. When you see 888, is a call to action, okay, to release something, to allow the transform, to go through that whole death rebirth process. Understand that as the phoenix rises again, it is fresh, it is new. So you can't keep the same contracts. These contracts are not just with people, but they're with things. They're with habits. They're with behaviors. They're with foods that you eat or you don't eat. This is Pernell Bobby, your AstroTherapist, helping you to alleviate suffering, all while leveraging astrology. Thank you for checking with this message. I love you. It's cold.